And this is my allotment. This top end is the compost bins, which you can see. I've still got a lot of damage from the storm in February, but I've focused on other areas of the allotment this year. I've invested and put Paris fencing and created a pigeon-free zone. Blackbirds, smaller variety of birds can still get in and eat the bugs. Create a little gate for it. So terrace fencing, and I've got 3-inch seagull netting across the entire allotment. This prevents me from having to cover all brassicas to stop the pigeons from feasting on them, shall we say. A little bit of work in progress. I'm changing this end for 4 beds. This side's still to do. Strawberry patch, pumpkins grew there this year. Courgettes followed by corn. It does need to be tidied up, but I've been focusing on other areas of the garden. My brassica beds, this is where I grew the peas. All needs to be weeded and covered for the winter. Swedes, crops pretty poor this year. You can see more brassicas. A couple of beds to empty. Carrot bed, carrots never been covered at all. No carrot fly. Another carrot bed, not covered at all this year. My parsnip bed, the foliage just died down, so I need to pick all them out and put them into storage. As I said, there's work in progress to be done. It's the time of year, I'm 2 weeks behind where I want to be. So as you come through the other section, through the other gate, this is work in progress. I've got 3 gooseberry bushes, 4 blueberries, large greenhouse. That is where I grow my potatoes in buckets this year for the first time. This bed needs to be sorted out. The raspberries need to be trimmed back. And further down here, you can see it's still work in progress. I've sorted my shed, I've extended the shed. I've got an IBC for collecting water to go in. Going to my next greenhouse. I've just stored some stuff in this greenhouse where I've been rectifying the rest of the parts of the garden. I've got a wormery. What I do with the wormery is I don't put worms in it. I fill it with comfrey, leaves, let it rot down, use the tap at the bottom, and I get the comfrey feed out of it and dilute it 20:1, so it's free feed. This part was the back end of the shed, but I've extended it. I've put some polycarbonate across the back, and I'm making it an area to store all my potato buckets. But at the minute I've got a bit of a flooding issue because of the roof. The roof needs new guttering on. That will be done. And then where I go between the greenhouse and the canopy, that area is going to have a sliding door which will then close all this area off. Spare wood for the minute. And then down here I have a converted stove made from a Caligasket cylinder. Yeah, it's outside, but when this is covered it'll warm up nicely. I didn't want to put it inside the shed because it'll get too hot. I've had it on twice down here and it's made this area 22 degrees, which is just perfect. Kids love it when they come down. The shed, what you're looking at is the actual the side of the shed. So you can see the front door was rotated out by 90 degrees to create it, make it wider. And then what I've done inside this year is I've insulated it. I've got a window at the bottom. I've insulated a couple of windows because it was getting too hot in here. And you can see the actual shed itself. Still work in progress. Got a storage cabinet going on here using these trays. So these trays pull out, and I'll just give you a little demonstration. So you can see the trays pull out. I've got onions from this year all already stored in there. Other things will be getting stored in there. But still work in progress in here because I'm electrifying it with solar power, and I've just started to put the solar power unit in. It's not complete, but I'll make a video on that. But I do have light, so I'll see if reset the trip. Panel comes on, if I turn it around, you can see the light. It's not very good because obviously it's daylight. It would be better if it was darker. You'd see the difference. But I'll leave it there for the minute and I'll do another video later.